This is a very common problem. People build their boxes and they stop at the wheel well. Because it's a little hard to get that piece cut perfect. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to cut that piece. This board, it goes all the way up to the edge, but it doesn't fill that gap, and I'm going to use it to help me. And what I'm going to do is first I'm going to measure this overall length of box, and then I'm going to cut the board that length, but I want to cut it with some overlap. 10 inches hits the edge of this box, but I want to cut it a couple of inches over. That way, after I get it all cut, I can come back and trim it to fit here. That'll really be good if this box is sitting crooked. So I'm going to cut it 6 foot by 1 foot. Now she's not going nowhere. All right, now I have this little tool. It's a contour tracer. I can adjust this. I'm going to get it close where I want it, and then as I slide that along, this is going to follow that contour, and the pencil is going to draw the line on my board. All right. Now what I've done is I've set the tool up. I put this to the furthest indent, and then I put my pencil close to the edge. That'll give me more meat on the end. The trick you want to do is you want to pull this thing straight and slow. Take your time. Here my problem is this is hitting this. So I'll do another little tool and I'll fix that. Okay, I've got my pattern drawn, and now I'm going to take the board out. I'm going to move it to my table, and I'm going to cut that line and see how well she fits. Got my board cut. I've got the other board removed. I've added a 1x2 brace where the new board is going to sit. And that blue tape you see, I have a line on each piece representing where there's a screw. I don't want to hit it when I put the deck on there. Plus, I made it long because when I lay my new deck piece up there, it should overlap. And I will make a reference line on that, and then I'll take the deck board off and I'll know right where to cut it. Now what I've done, I've added these dividers. They're also going to be supports to hold my deck. I added a centerline reference on each one of my pieces of tape so that I know where to put my screws. Also, if you notice, this is where I want to place the rods. I cut me a 3/4 inch piece of plywood and put it on the bottom, but then I put a piece of aluminum on top of it. It helps the rods to slide in and out a lot easier. It also keeps from damaging the wood. I got my board laid up there. I got on my reference tape. Now what I did was I drew that line running parallel to the board, but I put a mark on the deck board also, just so I know how much to measure over at each spot. Those dividers really helped a lot. In fact, I had to lay a tall stake up top to pick up the backside. But anyway, now I just take some measurements and cut her down, but look at how nice she's fitting. The board fits perfect. I'm going to add some boxes and cut some holes out for some other features that are not included in this video.